Are there any good tools to plan out all of my content? In this video, I'll share 4 tools that I use when I'm planning my content. 2 are free and 2 are paid. And if you stick around till the end, I'll share with you how you can grab my 4 R's framework that I use with my VIP clients and where you can plan 90 days of content in as little as 4 hours. I'm Amy and I help busy service-based business owners to get started with search-based content marketing. If planning strategic content for your business is something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe for weekly videos. Okay, so to show you these tools, I'm going to jump in and show you the screens, so I will see you there in a second. Okay, so I'm going to show you how Keywords Everywhere works quick first, and then I will go in and show you how you would set it up. But what happens is if you put a search term into Google, it will show you all the monthly number of searches and the competition. This middle part's to do with advertising, which I generally ignore. You can see the volume of searches and versus the competition. So what I like to do is go to the side section where there's related keywords to the search term I put in. So you'll see that the search term I put in has 0 search volume and 0 competition. So it's not very highly searched. So it's not great to try and rank for that one. So what I would do is look down at these related keywords and see what other suggestions are coming up and see if any of those are relevant to what I do and what questions I can answer. And there's also what people also search for, and it's similar. So I tend to, when I do these searches, I just star the ones I want, and they will be saved for me to refer back to. And then I can click on the little Keywords Everywhere icon because I have this installed on my Google Chrome browser. And I can go to my favorite keywords. And then I can refer back to them at any time. And Keywords Everywhere also has a toggle to switch it on and off because you pay by credits as to how much you've used their tool. So I like to turn it off once I'm finished with it because I will obviously just be searching for stuff for myself on Google that's not related to my keyword research, and I don't want to be using up all my credits for that. I'm just going to go onto the Keywords Everywhere website. And the reason I recommend this over other keyword research tools is when you're getting started, it's a kind of good one to cut your teeth with because of the credit system. So I'm just going to go into pricing and show you what I mean. So you can buy a $10 credit and just keep that. It'll last until you've used the credits. So it's a much more cost-effective way when you're just getting started with keyword research. A lot of the other tools are very expensive for someone who's just getting started. So going back to their main page as well, you can see that you just click the button whether you use Chrome or Firefox to install the browser, and that means the extension. So that means that you can then go up once you've got it installed, once you've paid for your credits, and turn it on and off. You can use the free version just to see keyword suggestions, but you won't have any clue as to how popular they are or how competitive they are. So that's the first tool I recommend. Okay, so I'm going to show you how tool number 2 works before I show you the pricing of it, and this is Tubebuddy, and I wish there was a tool like Tubebuddy for all other content marketing platforms. I wish you could do something similar for podcasts, and I wish you could have something similar for Google or for blogging. So this little icon here shows that I have Tubebuddy installed, and it's very similar to Keywords Everywhere in that you kind of install your extension, and it also has a free version, but again it won't give you the detailed information that you want to know exactly how you'll do in terms of ranking. So I'm gonna put something in again, how to market my coaching business. I'll use the same example. Now you can see I have all this information on the right hand side from Tubebuddy. Now this little dial shows how well that keyword will do, generally speaking, in search. So it's saying that the search volume is kind of mediocre, but that there's not too much competition. So this is a general score for everybody. And in the free version, you will get this information for a certain number of searches each day. So you don't want to use up your allocation. But on the paid version, you can do as many as you like, and you also get a weighted score, which is specific to your YouTube channel and how your YouTube channel is faring. So I'm going to click on that just to show you an example. So the score will probably be worse because my YouTube channel is still small. Yeah, so because my YouTube channel is small, my weighted score is fair. So this wouldn't be a great keyword for me to target if I'm wanting to show up in search. So I'm going to delete this. Okay, so I'm going to try one that I know I have on my list of keywords to target to show you the difference. So I'm going to put, why is content marketing good for my business? I'm going to hit enter. So it's showing an excellent score, 100 out of 100, and the unweighted score. So I want to click for the unweighted, or for the weighted even, excuse me. And my weighted score is also 100 out of 100. So that's a good keyword for me to target. So this is one that I would want to use. So this is why I love Tubebuddy. It kind of takes into account how your own channel is doing versus everybody else's in the guidance it gives you in terms of keywords. So you start off with very targeted keywords, sentences or questions almost, and then as your channel grows, you can target keywords that maybe have more search volume but also are more competitive, so you don't want to target them initially. So that's what I love about Tubebuddy, and I'll just show you there. I'll leave a link to Tubebuddy in the description to the video as well. The great thing is if you're just getting started out on YouTube, if you have under 1,000 subscribers, it's a really low cost per month. So I'll just show you that just now in the pricing. So yeah, I just have the pro version, and you get everything I've just shown you in the pro version. And if you have under 1,000 subscribers, toggle this and it will cost you $3.60 a month. That's if you pay for the year upfront. So if you pay monthly, it's $4.50 a month. So it's really not that expensive, and it's a super handy tool. That is Tubebuddy, and I will show you the next tool in a second. Okay, so the third tool that I like to use is Google Sheets. Now, I don't use this for much, but I like to do this when I am doing my keyword research initially. So I basically keep a bank of keywords in Google Sheets, and I just list the keywords that I come up with that have a good score. So I'll put in the keyword phrase here, keyword phrase goes in here, and then I will, because I am doing keyword research for YouTube, I will put in my the overall YouTube score and then the weighted score, so that I know what the scores are, and I can target initially ones with high scores. I will then just change the color to green after I have scheduled it into my content calendar, so that I know that I've targeted that keyword already and that I don't need to use it again. I also sometimes, if I do some Google keyword research using keywords everywhere, that sometimes tends to be different keywords that are being searched for on Google versus YouTube, then I might put an alternative keyword to target on Google beside it. Sometimes I always release the content that I release on YouTube on my blog as well on the same week, but I might target a slightly different keyword on my blog based on what people are searching for on Google versus what they're searching for on YouTube. But yeah, this is a really simple setup. I literally just list out my keywords when I do my keyword research all in one document, and list out their scores on Tubebuddy so that I can keep tabs on those. And then I go back and refer to this when I'm actually scheduling my content into Airtable, which is the next tool I'm going to show you. So we're in the last tool, and this, well, alongside Tubebuddy, this is my favorite tool, and it's free up to, I think it's 1,000 records per table, and then you start paying for it, but you can always just copy and start a new table if you really can't afford to pay for Airtable. And if you refer other people, you can build up credits, and then you can get your bigger table that way. So it's super flexible is the word I'm looking for here. So I sell this as a template, because along with a kind of tutorial about how to use it. But I just want to show you why Airtable is an amazing tool. So I'm going to go into grid view. So this is my content calendar, and there's the template is obviously like a blank version of this, but it still kind of does all the clever linking things that I'm going to show you here. So what I do is I fill out my content based on my keyword research combined with my kind of strategy and what it is I'm wanting to focus on in terms of selling offers. And I will list out my weekly content in this calendar. So how can I grow my audience for my coaching business? I'm struggling to create content consistently. And if we go here, are there any good tools to plan out all of my content? Well, that is actually this piece of content I'm creating just now. So I planned that in this calendar to begin with. And if I expand this record, I'm going to use this very video as my example. I can show you that within here, I can put the date that I'm wanting this piece of content to go out. The status is to do. Actually, I will change that to in progress because I am currently recording it. I've got a box here to put any freebie I might want to link to, and that's actually wrong. I need to change it. And then I can link to my plans for all my other marketing activities. So I've got Instagram, LinkedIn, and email marketing here. So what I can do is add records to Instagram. Now, I'm not going to actually do that just now. I'm going to show you last week's, which is filled in as an example. So as you can see, I came up with, I send emails 3 times a week to my list, and I like them to be story based, but in those stories I've decided that the purpose of these is to link to a YouTube, to link to a reel, and to just share a lesson. So when I expand these tables, you can see it links to this email marketing tab, and I'll show you in that in a minute. And I've actually broken down and written my email. I've got an outline section here. I've written the email so I can just transfer it over to my email marketing platform. And again, I've got the status for each individual piece of content. It's the same with Instagram. So I've got here 4 steps to create consistent content. Now if I click on this, this is what I planned to put out on Monday last week. And this is the title of it, 4 steps to create consistent content. And I've broken that down into the 4 steps. And then I've said it's a reel. And I've put the date that I want that to go out. And obviously that's done. It actually ended up being 3 steps to create consistent content because the song I used in the reel had counted to 3 and it made more sense. So I condensed 2 of my steps into 1. But so I planned out all my content for Instagram in here. And I can just basically click the plus button to add more. And I've got all the fields already laid out in these when I'll show you a blank one. You just click add new record. And all of it's already here set up to link to my Instagram table. And so the thing I love about this is I can plan all my content so it links together in the theme for the week. But then I can go, and I'm working on Instagram and actually creating my content for Instagram for the week. I can go into this. I can look at it in grid view, or I can look at it in calendar view. And I can see exactly what I need to create for that week's Instagram content. And while I'm making, I use templates on Canva. And then I can just click on here, expand the record and see exactly what that piece of content is, and then go ahead and create it quickly. I can also view it in Kanban style, which is like Trello, and click and drag from to do to in progress to done. So that is how you use Airtable. And if you want to grab this template where it's all set up to link across already and you don't need to worry about any of that, it's all set up exactly how I've just shown you, you can go to amyhardy.co/planner, and I'll link to that in the description as well. But yeah, Airtable is a fantastic tool. I highly recommend you check it And I'll link just generally to Airtable as well in the description if you're not interested in the planner. Okay, so I promised the bonus, which is the framework that I use with my VIP clients to plan 90 days of content in 4 hours. So you can grab that for free at amyhardy.co/framework, and I will leave a link in the description to this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it helps me to keep creating free content for you. I've also linked to a couple of videos, one about repurposing your core content to social media and the other about how to create consistent content. So remember to subscribe for weekly tips on planning content for your service-based business.